So Sony is rolling out age verification for PlayStation consoles beginning in June in the UK with plans to roll it out globally. It's not going well, to put it mildly. We're going to talk about this. Yes, to play your PlayStation, or at least use some of the features of your PlayStation, you're going to have to give them ID. You're going to have to let them scan your face to give it an age estimation. And again, I want to tell you, your old console, the one sitting in the closet, your PS2, it works fine. Your PS2 works fine. It would love for you to play it again. So you can put the PS5 away. You can hold off on buying a PS6, and you can just dust off your old consoles that are not spying on you. All right? So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. This is Kneon. This is CLOWNFISH TV. This is dystopian. Also, if you want to support us, go out to more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com. We've got a lot of content out there and a community out there that are not available to free YouTube users. So check it out. And yeah, we try to keep it economical, less than the cost of a super chat. We don't do super chats. We don't do live streams really over here. So this is the best way to support us and get something in return. So thank you for that. We're not going to scan your face. Don't worry. So this is coming from Tech Radar. PlayStation users are now being asked for age verification in the UK and Ireland, or they risk losing access to communication features when it soon becomes mandatory. This is one hell of a headline. Anyway, what are they asking you for? So this is being rolled out in June, and according to, again, the AI overview, starting in June 2026, PlayStation will mandate age verification for users initially focusing on the UK and Ireland to access social features like voice chat, messaging, and broadcasting. Users must verify they're over 18 using a photo ID, facial age estimation, or phone number via third-party service Yoti. What if Yoti gets hacked? But you know what I'm saying? Unverified accounts will lose access to social features, though. Okay, so gaming remains unaffected. But if you're buying it for something like Call of Duty, you're not really going to be able to do a whole lot, right? They said, yeah, it's beginning of June 2026. It's primarily targeting the UK and Ireland with a global rollout anticipated to follow. Effective features include messages, voice chat, parties, and streaming to platforms like Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, the facial scan thing is getting old. But we talked about this the other day, that even if you buy a car in 2027, they're going to scan you. They're going to scan you to see if you're potentially intoxicated, but really it's to spy on you. This is going to be rolled out because, think of the children, but really it's going to be used to spy on you. And I'm not talking spy on you if you're, cranking it while you're playing a game or something. Although that could happen. See what happened with Meta's glasses. I'm talking about just spying on you in general and your play habits. All this stuff is going to be kicked over to the government and to marketers. So, and if you think you can escape it, if you have a newer TV, if you have a smart TV, I just found this out myself just a couple of weeks ago. Your smart TV, unless you disable it, it is constantly sending images, screenshots of your television to the television manufacturer. You want to know why your Roku or your Hisense TV is so damn cheap? It's because they're selling you. They're selling your data. They're selling your viewing habits. This is why if you watch a show for like 5 minutes or whatever, you go watch something else, then all of a sudden you're seeing commercials for shows like that. Or if it was like a medical show or something, all of a sudden you're getting all kinds of pharmaceutical ads for whatever they were doing on the show. Yeah, it seems uncanny. It's because every device in your home right now is being used for some kind of surveillance. And I'm not talking like nefarious government stuff. I'm just talking just marketing and tracking you. And it's ridiculous. At some point, consumers are going to have to be like, you know what? I'm tired of this bullshit. I just want to play a game. I think this is partly why people are going back to retro consoles. Not only the expense, not only the disappointment with AAA gaming, not only the subscription model, not only the fact that the games are dog shit, a lot of them, but you don't have to be online all the time. And I get that they're not going to brick your game. No, they'll brick your game if you buy a digital game and you don't check in every 15 or 30 days. That's what they're going to do. So this is insane, but they're all going to do this. And I think the other consoles are doing it too. It's just Sony's being singled out, but I know Nintendo is starting to do some crazy stuff too. The virtual key cards and all that. So it's not going well. This is coming from Tech Sports Kita. Why did PlayStation UK age verification trigger a massive backlash? The new age verification rule for UK users is simply due to Sony trying to comply with the new UK Online Safety Act. The strict law forces tech companies to ensure their platforms are safe for younger audiences. Because of this, PlayStation now requires players to provide firm proof of age to access their social features. So they actually copied this or embedded this from Pirate Nation. PlayStation has started emailing adult accounts in the UK and Ireland asking them to verify their age. You're now required to upload a facial scan using a third-party application. Aside from uploading your facial scan, you have to upload your government-issued ID card and connect a verified mobile number. So you have to do all this, but in the U.S., you can vote without any of this. I'm just saying. I mean, this kind of identification is what they ask for with like the IRS or something. Failure to upload any of the above will disable your ability to utilize voice chat, party chat, messaging, broadcast, and multiplayer modes on PS5 and previous generation PS4. Fortunately, the single-player titles such as God of War Ragnarok and Ghost of Yotai are not at all impacted by this intrusive modification. No, you just have to make sure if you bought it digitally, you check in every 15 or 30 days. However, if you want to play online with friends or utilize any social chat feature, you must comply before June 2026 when the hard lock begins. Massive backlash. Here it is. Guys, let's see. So Sony, Dr. Rebecca, UK says, so Sony PlayStation is basically unusable for me now. Okay, let's see what they're saying here. The UK Online Safety Act means I have to hand over a face scan or government ID just to use basic features. My PayG mobile isn't accepted, and I'm not giving biometrics to a company with a history of massive data breaches. This other person, Kesa Rajanini, I can't pronounce it, sorry. Xbox did something similar, but you didn't lose online connectivity whatsoever. And if you choose to not do anything, they just verify it via your account age. PlayStation is just as bad as the government. Greg Sully says, as a PlayStation user, I don't want this, especially since despite getting the PlayStation on the first day it released in the UK and registered with PlayStation since then, I was reminded I needed to verify my age to use some social communication features. Cursed Aries says, it's also terrible at determining age. Yoti has been sued by a national government. Oh yeah, I think I remember that. And Sony isn't known for data security. The entire world right now is going towards a global surveillance state using AI and face tracking programs. This is going to help that goal. Yeah, your television, your game console, your operating system, your car, your refrigerator, your cell phone. I mean, seriously, why do people want to go back to the 80s and 90s? We didn't have to worry about all this shit. Pascal's Wager says, all these changes aren't about age, security, or keeping licenses up to date. It's about monitoring you, keeping up with what you're saying in live chat, and making sure you don't have a safe place to effectively communicate without government oversight. PlayStation hates this. They hate freedom. PlayStation hates freedom, guys. There we go, according to this user. They said the sudden enforcement feels like a massive slap in the face to loyal fans as one expressed frustration and humiliation over being reminded to verify their age. Many believe there's a more sinister motive behind the data collection. I believe there is. I think there is. I mean, everything like this, it starts out, I'd say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but I don't think there are ultimately good intentions behind this. This whole thing really started to steamroll with Roblox, right? With kids getting, unfortunately, groomed and assaulted and trafficked via Roblox. So now we're going into an overcorrection. I think we're getting to a place where 5 or 10 years from now, you literally are not going to be able to buy or sell anything without being jacked into the system. And it kind of is that way already, because basically your money only exists if the bank thinks you're an okay person. But eventually it's going to get to a place where if you don't do what that government wants, they could literally just turn your bank off. This has already happened. And yeah, people are like, well, Trump's in office now. That's not going to happen. He's not always going to be here. Right. And we're laying the groundwork for the surveillance state. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to sound paranoid. I'm usually not paranoid, but I have noticed a massive uptick in appliances and gizmos and household necessities having surveillance features being online when they really don't need to be online. They don't need to be watching you. They don't need your biometrics. And it's all being sold as a convenience. It's being sold as a safety measure. Think of the children, but don't think of them in that way, but think of the children. And it's going to be abused. Even if the people working on this stuff have good intentions initially, they're not always going to be there. Companies get sold. Government officials change. Once the infrastructure is there, see also taxes. see also Social Security. Yeah, sometimes it's just very hard to walk things back once it's been implemented on a wide scale, and it just becomes an accepted, normal part of society. And what is happening now, I believe, is that humans all over the world are being conditioned to be jacked into the internet, to be always online, to be terminally online, and to not be able to function without the internet. And eventually the internet is going to be run by robots, and the robots are going to tell you what to do, but they're going to answer to somebody or something, I think. We shall see. We shall see how this plays out. I'm getting pretty old. I might not be here to see all that, but I don't want my PlayStation spying on me. And actually, my PlayStation probably look at me and be like, man, you are old as fuck. Why are you playing video games? I'm going to wrap this up. Please subscribe. Check out more more.clownfishtv.com, and we will talk later.